My name is Jessica Abbott, and I'm representing a group of RIT Internet Marketing students that includes Andy Klingenberger, Linda Cunningham, Terry Partham, Brandy Madeira, and myself. Lately, we've been looking into what makes an effective website. Society is increasingly dependent on the internet, and that means engaging customers on the web has never been as important as it is right now. And just having a website isn't good enough anymore. For every brand and every business, there's a similar one. So if a customer doesn't like your web page or finds it difficult to use, they're going to move on. That's why we've come up with a list of the 15 most important elements of an effective website. We are dealing with a particularly long list of topics today, and I don't want to bore you, so I'm going to give you a minute to look through the list at your own pace. Now that you've had some time to look over the content, let's begin with number 1, conveying the message. The key points are to keep it simple and easy to process, make it clear, and be creative and unique. Effectively conveying any form of information to your client is not only good practice, it is vital. If you're not equipped with the right communication skills, then you're more likely to lose clients rather than gain them. You need to find ways to strike a chord with your target audience. That brings us to our second point. Organizing and presenting well. You must let go of your ego and start thinking about the visitor. It's not what you want or what you think of your organization, but of what you offer to the visitor. You must clearly specify what you offer, content, services, products, and enable the visitor to get them. The key points here are: make your site useful and easy to use, make use of certificates and privacy policies, and improve on-site search engines. Number 3. Instant eye-catching graphics. Most people learn visually, so are the photographs on your website inviting, and will the viewer remember them? Here are some ways to optimize your website's visuals. Spend as much as you can on the best possible professional photographer. That's easy enough. You can also make sure to optimize photos for the internet so that they load quickly. This is very important. With most users now on high-speed connections, there's no need for tiny thumbnails, and in fact, they're pretty annoying to most people. Finally, don't overload the page. Don't add anything that doesn't make sense in context to what's written, and don't use more than 3 or 4 photos on a page. That is, unless the page is meant to be a gallery or a purchase area. 4. Use color wisely. Color adds mood to a website and plays a big part in communicating a brand identity. Color can influence how we feel, so it's important to choose colors that reflect the feelings that you want to convey to the viewer. Also, a photographer, for example, would not want to display their websites in bold greens or purples alongside beautiful images. The colors chosen can affect the way the viewer can see the actual color of the image, like making a white dress look blue. Branding colors should be chosen carefully and used throughout the website to keep continuity. Warm colors are best suited for food products, and cool colors reflect trust and relaxation. So, considering the type of product offered should have an influence on what colors you choose. 5. Use large and readable fonts. When it comes to fonts, every designer has their favorites. Some go with the old standby Helvetica, but there are literally thousands available to convey the message you want to send with your website. All browsers now support what's known as @FontFace, which allows site designers the ability to utilize almost any font that their heart desires on their websites. When deciding on a font, it's important to choose one that matches content of the site. For example, if you're designing a site for a professional consulting firm, it's best not to use Comic Sans, as it would give the site an unprofessional appearance. There are plenty of freely distributed fonts available online through various websites. Pick ones you like and test them repeatedly, checking for size and readability before you settle on one that will enhance your site's message. 6. User-friendly navigation. Use menus to guide the users through your site. Icons give a clear idea of what's contained in the menu, and drop-down boxes add an extra level of ease to navigation. Placing the most important information at the top left of the menu gives it the best chance of being seen by the user, since that's where the eye goes first. Finally, separating information into columns is a way to reduce the navigation time, because that's the way people naturally want to read. Number 7. Avoid scrolling. Users don't want to scroll through long pages. Think about it. Is that something you enjoy? Plain and simple, it's usually a good idea to split up large masses of information into separate pages. The second point here about scrolling is to avoid horizontal scrolling. Most websites don't scroll horizontally, so the user won't be used to it. Figuring out how to use something new wastes their time and takes their focus off your website's content. 8. A clear call to action. The strategy behind creating your call of action is the end result you want your customers to reach. Do not leave your customers guessing. You want them to buy your products or services, so tell them how to do it. Explain what you want them to do and make it easy. For example, click for design quote. 9. Contact information. The goal of a business website is to encourage inquiries, which will ultimately lead to sales. Ideally, a company should list more than one method of contact, preferably a phone number, address, an email address, along with a contact form. The contact information should be displayed on every page and in the top right. Use a prominent encouragement link, call us, or contact us, to let them know that they can call and talk to somebody knowledgeable. And we're already to number 10, extra fun stuff. Even the most informative of websites doesn't always have to be totally stuffy. Incorporating some personality into your website can give your company a different way to connect with your potential customers, as long as it does it in a way that continues your company's marketing goals. One example is to incorporate an interesting 404 page, for those times where a customer ends up somewhere on your page they shouldn't. Number 11, measure and evaluate site effectiveness. Measuring website effectiveness is a constant process. You should always be striving to exceed your objectives. Once you've set up a tracking process, it's easy to recognize and report success and failure. Sample tracking devices can be databases, spreadsheets, customer lists, most valuable customer lists, surveys, and downloadable files, samples, and reports. Whether your goal is to tailor the website to the user's needs or to get users to change their behavior, what's important is to know how the user uses the website now. This allows you to optimize your online strategy and define your future goals. The next time you're asked about your website's effectiveness, I hope you can respond by saying something like, "Last quarter our website generated 85 sales leads, up 25%. Number 12, conducting usability tests. Usability tests allow you to assess how easily a potential customer can navigate your site. There are 3 main categories of usability tests: explorative, assessment, and comparative. Explorative testing is used early in product development to assess the effectiveness of the original design. It takes a look at users' initial thoughts and their understanding. This is often tested using surveys. Assessment testing is used during development, or it can also be an overall usability test. It takes a look at trials and then determines satisfaction and effectiveness. These trials can be done by people who aren't familiar with the website, by an outside expert, or even by you pretending to be a potential customer trying to get somewhere. Then there's comparative testing, which is obviously comparing 2 or more versions of technology or design. This way, you can see the strengths and weaknesses of each option, and you can pull from the positives of both. Number 13, links. Keep your homepage simple by including links to relevant information about your company. For example, products and services, news, photo gallery, and contact information. Every link on your site should work quickly and correctly. Broken or poorly constructed links and hyperlinks will only leave your visitors frustrated and disillusioned with your company. Studies show users start to get lost and lose patience when they fail to find the information they need after 3 clicks, following 3 hyperlinks from a homepage. Users that cannot find what they need will be less likely to visit your site again. Keep links specific and brief. Use meaningful text in the link names that tell the customer what they will get when they click. Number 14, make the site download quickly. While browsing websites, customers are an impatient bunch. Customers will visit a competitor's website more frequently if your site is even 250 milliseconds slower than theirs. To maintain your site speed, there are a few things you can do to reduce loading times, including reducing the size of your images to the standard web resolution of 72 dpi. In addition, utilizing a CDN or Content Delivery Network will catch a website's data and choose the fastest way to deliver the information to the end user. This method, however, is expensive, which can be prohibitive to smaller businesses. And we come to an end with number 15. Make it mobile. Mobile websites are designed for smaller handheld devices, such as smartphones and tablets. They support downloadable apps which perform functions and access information from the internet. Mobile websites are a great way to reach out to a larger audience because so many people access the internet on the go. Mobile websites are just as searchable as regular websites. Applications just need to be downloaded from the developer's website. Flash websites are generally not supported by mobile devices. Instead, an HTML5 website with mobile capabilities is a good choice because it can mimic Flash's snazzy features. Take another look at everything you've just learned about. Remember to take these 15 elements into account when developing your company's website, because it's not enough to just have the information out there. You need to present it in a way that the user enjoys. Good luck with your future ventures, and thank you for listening.